I'm going to show you how to get Styanax in Warframe. Ordinarily, you will need to have finished the Veilbreaker quest to be able to farm Styanax in the conventional method, which requires that we go to the Drifters camp after we have finished Veilbreaker. And once you have finished your first mission for Carl, you'll have Chipper here. It's difficult for me to give you a perfect tutorial of the missions because there are 3 that rotate and the objectives do change each week. So this is going to be a weekly set of challenges for us. We'll speak to Carl. You'll have some challenges you need to do here during the mission. Complete all of those, and that is going to give you stock as well as level up the camp. As you level the camp up, we can then come over to Chipper, as you can see here, and we are able to purchase the Styanax parts for stock. As you are going around these missions, be sure to keep an eye out for the stock icon on the map. This stuff does in fact respawn in between visits, so if you want to do this the completely free way, you can keep on collecting these, but this is going to be significantly more gross time consuming than if you did it the way that I'm going to suggest at the end of this video. And once you finish, you'll have a screen like this telling you how well you did or didn't do. As you can see, I collected an extra 10 stock. We got 60 from the challenges, and we have some that we still haven't completed yet. I'm not saying this was on purpose, but just so that you know, the progress does carry on to the next time we go through. So for example, I only got 4 out of 5 of the gene stamps here, and so therefore when I go back in, I only need to find 1 more, and that's going to put me on 5. And the same thing goes with the grenade kills and the flying grenade kills. We can build those up over the course of the week with as many runs of the mission as we'd like. There is, however, one big issue with the amount of stock we get and the things that we can get from Chipper. Now, we haven't spoken about it in the series yet, but we are now able to start getting hold of the Archon shards, and these are powerful upgrades that we only get a limited amount of, and they take a long time to get them built up. So as you can see, this takes 90 of our stock. The Archon shards are competing with Styanax when it comes to the stock that we're able to get each week. This is where you have a choice. You can either go the completely free, and I call it the completely free because there is 0 platinum involved methods, which we've just spoken about. You can, of course, as I said before, keep on repeating it and just collecting that 10 stock that you can get for each run, but I just don't think that's reasonable, unless, of course, you find that content exceptionally enjoyable. I do enjoy it, but I don't want to do it more than twice a week, so I am happy with where I'm at with my run right now. So we're going to go over 2 alternatives for making yourself platinum from players, depending on what it is you would prefer to do. The first option is to head on over to Iron Wake, where we can visit the vendor and are able to purchase ribbons for our ribbon slivers. As you can see, these things drop pretty regular. Generally speaking, it's either going to be ribbons that fit primary, secondary, or melee weapons. If we get arc gun or companion ribbons, those are not the best ones. And if you look over on Warframe Marketplace, you'll find that for an unveiled ribbon, so before we've even done anything to it, we can generally get easily over 20 platinum for each one. This is a pretty good place to sell them to because there are players that enjoy buying them, rolling the ribbons, and then selling them on for a profit. So you are effectively giving like the base material for people that enjoy doing that. Now, it may well be that you enjoy doing that yourself, in which case you're probably already rolling in platinum anyway. The second thing I'm going to recommend that we can sell is the Lyshas, and in particular the Kuva ones, because I find them easier than the Sisters of Parvos. As you can see here, even just like a standard Kuva hack, even a bad one, I'm not going to say magnetic's like the worst, but even a bad one, and that's a pretty low damage percentage right there, 39%, is going to go for 75. So that means when you think about how quickly these can be done, these have got no timer or anything on them, which means you only need a couple of sales to get Styanax, being as it is actually one of the cheaper Warframes. Somehow, Styanax is cheaper to purchase than Rhino that we can get right at the beginning of the game. If you want to get it fast and dirty, then I would suggest selling the ribbons that you can get each week. Don't forget as well, you can get extra ribbons by running the sortie, which is a daily challenge, but by the time you've reached this point, you should be absolutely fine running through this, and that should help you speed up getting your Styanax, maybe even the second one if you're anything like me and just want one to feed to the helmet.